So, mm, hello everyone. I am starting this series for your final prep, and it's a 40 days program. Basically, it's a 40 days program where we'll cover all the concept, those chapters which are there in your syllabus, and the sequence is like first you go through this video first. First step is you need to go through this video. Second, solve your book, obviously, because you need to do that. Now this video, how this video proceed, like I will explain a concept, then I will solve questions, and after that there will be a question you need to solve, and those questions you solve, you can make a PDF of it and send it to me. Simple. Okay, so let's get started. We'll start from the first chapter from your syllabus, and it's exponent, right? So you might see something written as x to the power 5, or you might see something written as 2 by 3 whole to the power 9. Now when I'm seeing this thing, I'm also sorry, when I'm writing this, I'm also saying how to read this. Obviously I will explain that. Or you can see something written like x3 y5, or something written as 7 4. Now two question arises. First question is what is this, and the second question is how to read and solve it. So I'm going to answer the second question first, that is how to read and solve it. So how to read it, when let's take x to the power 5. So we read it like this, that x raised to the power 5. Now frankly, if I say, when we write like this, but when we say, we don't say this thing raised, we say x to the power 5. Similarly goes to 2 by 3. 2 by 3. Now we will say 2 by 3 to the power. We'll skip this raised because when usually in general way we say it, we don't use this word raised. We just say that x to the power 5, or maybe any number come as the value of x, any number. Like in this question it is 2 by 3, so we'll say 2 by 3 to the power 9. But when we write, we'll use this word raised. I hope this is clear. And similarly x3y5, how? So we'll just simply say that x to the power 3 and y to the power 3, sorry, y to the power 5 here, y to the power 5, right? Now I hope this is clear. For 7 we'll say 7 to the power 4, anything can be here. Now what is this? This thing written here, all these things are called the exponential form of any number. Like we multiply, when we multiply, let's get separated. When we multiply the same number, or we can say we can write the product, or we can say that our product of same numbers, product of same numbers can be written as the exponential form, is written as exponent or exponential form. Now what is this? Let's take x to the power 5. Oh, I have to select. Let's take x to the power 5. So this is a exponential form. This is a exponential form. This is what? Exponential form. Or sometimes it's called as power notation. Now in x5, in exponential form, there is two things. One is base and one is power. So power will be this thing and base will be this thing. So base will be x here and power will be 5 for x to the power 5. If we take 4 by 3 to the power 9, now base will be 4 by 3 and power will be 9. Now if we take minus 2 by 4, power minus 7. So base will be minus 2 by 4 and power will be minus 7. I hope this thing is clear. Now what does it basically mean? It basically means the product of same number, as I said earlier. Like if we take 4 by 3 to the power 9, that means 4 by 3 multiplied 9 times. 9 times. Product basically. Due to space, I just write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You need to write it 9 times. How much time? 9 times. Whatever mentioned in the power, you need to write it that much time. If the power is 9, you need to write it 9 times. If the power is 3, you need to write it 3 times. Okay. Doesn't matter is it in negative or positive. For negative, obviously, there is a different, you need to solve that in a different way. That will I explain later. But number of times is equal to what? The mentioned power. Suppose here is x to the power 5. That means x is multiplied 5 times. 3, 4 and 5. Now this thing is called exponential form or power notation, right? This thing called exponential form or power notation or power notation. But this thing called the product form. The product form. Okay. I hope this thing is clear. Now one thing to be noted, if the power is 2, we call it we called it square, and if the power is 3, we call it cube. For from 4 onwards till infinite, we call it to the power that number. Suppose there is something x2, we don't call it ki x to the power 2, we'll just say x square. Or maybe there is something 5 to the power 3, we'll say 5 cube. But if there is something, suppose 7 5, so we'll say 7 to the power 5. From 4 till infinite, we'll use this thing, and this will be used only for 2 and 3. I hope this is clear. If something is not clear, you don't understand, please, you know, start the video again and just go through it. Now come to the questions, because ultimately you need to solve questions, right? So there will be questions something like that. They might say that you need to understand the question pattern, what they are asking, and what there is given. There will be certain information given, and they will ask certain information. That's the basic fundamental of math, right? So you need to understand the question first, okay, what they are asking for and what is given to me. So there will be question, maybe they will say, write the power notation, or they might say exponential form. Okay. Now question is given like this: minus 6 into minus 6 into minus 6 into minus 6. What will be the exponential form? Just write down minus 6. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times. So to the power 4. So this is minus 6 raised to the power 4. This is your answer. Simple. Now it comes fraction as well. Suppose they are saying um, minus 4 by 3 into 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 minus 4 by 3. So what will be the power notation? Minus 4 by 3. You need to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So to the power 7. This is your answer. Just remember one thing. Just remember one thing. Base need to be equal. Need to be same. Now what does it mean? See, minus 6, minus 6, minus 6, minus 6. All are same na? That's why we can write the exponential form. If this is minus 6, this is minus 4. This is minus 6, again this is minus 4. We cannot write it as an exponential form in that way. The base has to be equal. Again, here also the base is same. That's why we can write it down like this. But if the base are not equal, there are certain base, maybe there are total 5 base. Let me show the question. Suppose there is something written as 4 into 4 into 4 into 3 into 4 into 3. Something like that. So you can see the bases are not same. But there are certain bases like 4 is how many times? 4 times. So 4 is how many times? 4 times. So 4 to the power 4 multiplied. 3 is how many times? 2 times. So 3 square. Remember I said whenever there is 2 that will be square, not to the power 2. So how we can write this? We can write this like where 4 4 and 3 2. So basically 4 to the power 4, 3 square. And the relation between them is multiplication, as you can see here also. This is multiplication. That's your answer. Now you guys need to solve one question. Solve this question. So this is the question number 1 for you. Minus 3 by 9. Okay. And question number 2 will be you need to write the exponential form. Exponential form, or we can write it down as power notation. Okay. Pause the video and solve this question. Now we'll understand something which is reciprocal. What is reciprocal of exponential form? Reciprocal আমরা fraction we did reciprocal in fraction before, and as you can see here, exponent can be in fraction as well. So there will be reciprocal of the exponential form also. Very easy, simple as fraction, reciprocal of fraction. Sorry, not fraction, of exponential. Suppose something written as 20 by 56 to the power 6, and this reciprocal will be what? Reciprocal will be 56 by 20 to the power 6. Now, interesting for negative, minus 31 by 72 to the power 4. Reciprocal will be, obviously the denominator will get the numerator, 72, 31 to the power 4, but the sign, it will remain in numerator, not denominator, because denominator can't be a negative number. So remember that. Now when we'll do reciprocal, when we will do reciprocal, just remember, whenever, just a minute, whenever the power is negative, we need to do the reciprocal, otherwise we can't solve, otherwise we can't solve. Okay, whenever the power is negative we need to reciprocal. Now how it works, suppose something written as minus 3 by 4 to the power minus 2. Now remember, I didn't say square because that is applicable for only 2, positive 2. For minus 2 we need to write it down as minus 2, we need to say it like minus 2. So minus 3 by 4 to the power minus 2. Now there is minus, so we need to make it reciprocal. So what will be the reciprocal? The 4 will go there, 3 will be here, this minus will be here, and this sign will get changed. If there is minus, it will be positive 2, that means square. Okay, let's see another one. Suppose something written as 5 by 7 to the power minus 3. So we'll do 7 by 5 and the sign will get changed 3. Okay, previously there was no negative sign, that's why no sign change. See, but if there is negative sign, the sign will get changed. Okay, reciprocal basically means opposite, so power, the sign of the power will get also changed. I hope this is clear. Now you need to solve the question. solve. Basically find the reciprocal. Find the reciprocal. Question number 1 is minus. Okay, one more thing I need to explain. If there is something, suppose 5 to the power minus 2, 5 to the power, again you can say minus 2, or something 7 to the power 9. So what will be the reciprocal? Easily we can write it down 5 as 5 by 1, right? We can write 5 as 5 by 1. So 5 by 1, 5 by 1, we can write it like 5 by 1 power minus 2. Now it will get change 1 by 5, 2. Similarly for this case, we can write 7 by 1 power 9 and 1 by 7 power 9, right? Now find the reciprocal for minus 6 power 3, minus 6 cube. Question number 2, that will be minus 32 by 243 to the power minus 4. Okay. And question number 3, a by b power n. These three questions. Pause the video and solve. Now we'll understand the law of exponent. So maybe in your book or other way you will find 5 or 6 or 7 laws. But basically there are primarily, if I say, there is 3 law only. And there is certain points you need to remember. Certain points you need to remember. Okay. So law 1. What is law 1? First law. Law 1 means first law. So first law, what is says, if the bases are same, then for product the power will get added. The power will get added. Now what does it mean? Suppose there is something 2 by 3 to the power 2, 2 by 3 square multiplied by 2 by 3 to the power 3 multiplied by 2 by 3 again square. So what will be the result? Now see clearly the bases are same, right? It is only applicable if the bases are same. Otherwise it will not applicable if the bases are same. See 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. This is base and this is power, right? This is the whole thing is base and this thing is power. So the base is 2 by 3 for all. Now power will get what? Added. So 2 plus 3 plus 2. So what will be the result? 2 by 3, and if we can add 2 plus 3 5 plus 2 7. So you got your answer. This is the first law, not the answer, sorry. I'm just explaining the first law. Obviously this is, we will get final answer as this. We need to evaluate and all that thing. I will explain that later. But this is the first law. What if the bases are same, and for the product you can add the power. Now for product, what we'll do for division, power will get subtracted. As simple as it. So power will get subtracted for division. So this is second law. If the bases are same, then for division, the powers will get subtracted. Basically we need to take the difference, right? Now suppose there is something 4 by 7 power 9 divided by 4 by 7 power 5. So it will be 4 by 7 power, because power will be 9 by 5, sorry, 9 minus 5, that is 4 by 7 4, right? Now power is always not come in positive form, it will come in negative as well, right? It will come negative as well. So there is, see, easy now. Suppose something is negative, 7 by 2 power is 9 divided by 7 by 2, the power is suppose minus 2. So what will do, 7 by 2 as the base is same, and power is 9 minus minus 2. So 7 by 2, this is 9, this is a minus, we will remove the bracket, right? Minus minus plus 2. So this is 7 by 2 power 11, right? So you need to calculate in that way. I hope the integer part, how to we can calculate positive integer and negative integer, those part is clear for you guys. So easily we can add positive negative and we can calculate. Now the third law. Now the third law. Third law is kind of, you know, the product of powers. The product of powers. Suppose something is written as 4 by 3 power 2 and again power 3. This is called whole bracket. Okay. So 4 by 3. Now this power will get multiplied. So that's it, 2 into 3. So now 4 by 3 to the power 6. This is the main primary 3 laws you need to remember. This is the first law. This is the second law. And this is the third law. Okay. Now as I mentioned before, that you need to remember certain points. Okay. So take it as a note. Obviously you need to note down each and everything, but these certain points you have to remember. First is, as I mentioned before, if the power is negative, if the power is negative, then you need to do reciprocal. Okay. Second, if the power is 0, then the answer is always 1. The answer is 1 always. No matter what is the number. Suppose you have a number 729 power 0. So the answer will be 1. If a number suppose 2539 power 0. So answer will be 1. Any number, if the power is 0, the answer will be 1. Okay. 2 points you need to remember. Now third point. Denominator, if there is any fraction, denominator can't be 0 or negative. Okay. That's for today. Just, before the next part, just go through all the laws properly. So whenever we can solve, next day we'll solve questions. Okay. And for that, you need these laws. We need to apply properly and we need to find the answers. Basically, we need to solve. So for that, these laws are very important and these certain points are very important, right? If there is any doubt, feel free to ask. But before next class or before watching the next part, go through this first one properly and try to understand these laws and try to kind of memorize these laws, because otherwise you will find it difficult to solve exponential questions, exponent basically. But if you know the points and the laws, you will find it very easy. And basically, it's genuinely very easy once you understand these three laws. Okay, thank you. Next class, we'll solve questions. Next class, we'll solve questions and we'll understand how to we can apply these laws to solve questions. To solve questions. And what kind of questions you can get. What kind of questions you can get. Thank you.